So I took a poll and asked you guys what kind of videos you wanted to see, and I had an overwhelming response. Y'all want to know what I think about last year's purchases. I tried some makeup in 2023. I talked about the makeup then, but now that we're in a new year, some of these products are well over a year old. Some of them are coming up on a year old. What are my thoughts? That's what we're going to talk about today. I put them into 4 different categories. I pulled a bunch of these products that I tried last year. Some of them have full reviews, and I put them into different categories. So we have category 1, which is love. I love these products. They're the best. They're amazing. They're wonderful. Then I have the likes. They're good. I'll use them, but it's not my favorite. Just okay. I don't hate it. It's in my collection, but it's not something that I'm reaching for often, or not for me. Doesn't mean that it's horrible. Doesn't even mean that I hate it. It just means that it's a product that I'm not vibing with. So why don't we go ahead and dive in. So I think I'm just gonna pull products. I have 10 products here. I'm gonna pull them, talk about them, and then I'll let you know what category they're in. I can't remember exactly when I purchased each of these, so we'll just go in the order of how I would put them on the face. So first up is this one right here. This is the Glossier Future Dew Oil Serum Hybrid. I've heard so many people talk about Glossier, rave about this particular product, and as someone with dry skin, I'm always looking for a product that's going to give me a glass-like skin finish, make my skin hydrated, glowy, dewy, and I've heard that this is the one. However, I have to say that in trying this product, it is an oil serum hybrid, and I would definitely say that it does have that oil texture. So when I first put it on, I'm able to rub it around. You can see that it is giving my hand a nice dew, a nice glow that the other hand does not have. But the one thing I'll say about this product is even with my dry skin, it very much feels like an oil. It very much feels heavy on the skin. Like I can feel the texture of it on my skin when I'm applying it on my face and even on my hand here. I wouldn't say that it's uncomfortable by any means, but it's something that definitely has more of that oil texture. When I have used this, I don't like it as a primer. I don't like it underneath makeup just because of that oil texture. It doesn't break up my makeup necessarily, but like I feel it. It feels like an oil. So when I've used this more so at night. I initially purchased it in hopes of using it as a primer, but I've been using it as night, almost like a slugging effect where I'll do my entire skincare and then put this on top afterwards, or sometimes after I've cleansed and toned, put this on underneath and my moisturizer on top if I don't enjoy the texture. It does give me like hydrated, glassy skin, but I just can't get over the oil texture, and it has a weird scent to it, and it always has. It definitely has like almost like a plasticky scent, and I've noticed it from the very beginning. This one could very well be something that I need to pitch at this point in time. It says there's a 6-month shelf life, and I definitely have had this for over a year at this point. And so because of that, I will probably throw this away. I'm gonna declutter it out of my collection. I'll probably throw it away. It's just not good anymore, I don't think. But even when I first purchased it, it had this weird scent. So I'm gonna put this in the category that it's just not for me. So then I have 2 complexion products, 2 foundations, if you will. The one that I am wearing today is from Kokie Cosmetics, and this is the HD foundation, the Skin Perfect foundation. This was a recommendation from Kelly Gooch. I filmed a video where I reached out to some of my girlfriends in the space, and I asked them their favorite makeup products. Kelly recommended this one. She told me that I should get the shade 20W because we are like shade match sisters, and 20W works great for me. It is a great shade match. It says on the back that this is a mid-coverage natural finish foundation that offers flawless high-def perfection in every light. I will say this is definitely an HD foundation. It is one that is going to give you more of that like medium to full coverage. It's buildable, and it almost gives you that like airbrush effect. However, I'm gonna have to put this one in the just okay category because for me, it feels a little bit uncomfortable on the skin. Now, it's July here, so we're in the middle of summer and I live in Texas. My dry skin is the most oily it's ever gonna be, so it actually feels very, very comfortable today. However, when I first tried this out, I wanna say maybe it was like May or June of last year, it just wasn't super comfortable on the skin in the colder months. It's one that kind of sits a little heavy on the skin, if you will. I like like more of I do like a natural finish, but I like more of like a satin type of look or a natural dewy type of look. And this one is just very much not a flat matte, but not a satin matte. It's just kind of giving me, like I said, that airbrush finish. It's set down nicely. It feels comfortable on the skin, but I think this is one, I don't hate it. I'm not going to declutter it, but maybe I should stick to it more so in the summer months as opposed to like fall and winter coming up. The next foundation that I tried last year is from Hourglass, and this one is the Veil Hydrating Skin Tint. I picked this one up in the shade 5. I did a whole video review on this one, and I have to say, I don't hate it, but it's definitely not one that I've reached for since filming that video. I have said time and time again, I'm not into skin tints. I like foundation. I either want to look like I'm wearing makeup or I don't want to wear makeup. I'm not looking for like natural, no makeup type of looks. Like that's not me. Either my makeup is on or I'm barefaced. This is one that I feel like, you know, for the right person, this could be a good product for them. It is definitely very light coverage, more of the skin tint. I applied it with a sponge. Sponge kind of takes it away. Maybe this one would be best with your fingers. The shade 5 kind of oxidizes a little bit on me. I do think it's the closest shade match to my skin tone, but it does kind of oxidize weird on me. So I'm putting this in the not for me category. I have a girlfriend that I'm gonna give this to, and I think that she may enjoy it. She's not quite a shade sister, so when I have foundations that just aren't quite right for me, they usually do work for her. But this is one, if you are into skin tints, you're looking for quick, easy with your hands, no makeup, this might be for you. It's just not what I'm looking for in complexion products at this moment in time. I tried out a new bronzer last year, and I tried out this one from McGrath. This is in the shade Nude Honey. Now I will say Nude Honey is not available on the Sephora website. At least it wasn't when I purchased it. I purchased mine directly from the McGrath site when it was on sale at one point in time. I love this bronzer, y'all. Of course, it's the bronzer that I'm wearing today. This is in the love category. I reach for this one often. You can see the embossing is still there, but it definitely looks used. It looks loved. It's just like the perfect like natural shade for me. I don't know how else to describe it. Being a natural redhead, I'm very careful. I don't want something that's too warm. It's gonna pull too orange on me, but I don't want something that's too cool toned. It's not gonna work well with the neutral undertones in my skin. I like more of a neutral matte bronzer, and that's just what this is. It is a matte bronzer. It is very neutral, and the shade just works beautifully with my skin tone. It has been a favorite. It's one that I'm reaching for time and time again, and I definitely recommend. I have 2 blushes to talk about. One is from my girl, Natasha Denona. I love me some Natasha Denona. She put out the My Mini Dream Glow Blush. And this is like 2 little blushes and then a highlighter in one. I used the blushes today on this side of my face, not the highlighter. This is one where it's unique, right? Because my brush is not really gonna pick up just one shade, but if you have a small blush brush, you can kind of just pick up one shade, so you have 2 shades of blushes and a highlighter. You can swirl it all together. I tend to just use these 2 blushes together, mix those up, put a little bit of the highlight on my cheeks. I like it. It's a good blush. It is definitely a very matte formula, mauve-y type of blush. Those are my tones. This is in the like category. It's not one that I find myself reaching for over some of my favorites, but it is one that I do think about and I do reach for and I pull out time and time again. So I think this is great. I love a little mini. I love the compact. I love that you have a little mirror in here and that there is some versatility to this blush, and it's a mini. So it's more affordable than like a full-size blush, but you get a 2-for-1 kind of deal. So I like this one. The next blush that was not new in 2023, but it was new to me, is from Dior. Oh my gosh. I tried out a Dior blush, y'all. This is in the shade Rosy Glow. Oh, no. This is in the shade 001 Pink, one of her originals, and I have it on this side of my face here. This blush is bougie. I want to say it's like 40 bucks, y'all. The embossing is stunning. You do get a mirror as well. They have expanded their shade range and now they have even more shades. When I purchased this one, it was just this one and the other coral type of shade that they have. This one is just okay for me. I think the pigmentation is great. It applies nicely. I just don't really reach for a cool toned blush all that often. So I think it's a good formula. I like it. I don't think for 40 bucks I'm gonna go out and purchase all of them. Like, I don't love the formula as much as my McGrath. It is more of a matte formula, definitely has some pigment there. I don't have to go in and continue to apply. Like, I get pigment right off the jump. but for whatever reason, it's just okay, right? Like, I have to tell myself to reach for it time and time again. I'm not gonna get rid of it. It's gonna stay in my collection, but it's not a fan favorite for me. You know what I mean? So, just okay. I did purchase a highlighter last year from Rare Beauty. This is in the shade Mesmerize. Now, I talked about this one because it didn't release last year. I wanna say maybe it came out in 2022. I didn't pick it up right away. I watched what people were saying about it. I kept watching reviews, but I kept thinking about it. I kept coming back to the Rare Beauty blush. So I think I picked it up during a Sephora VIB sale, if I am not mistaken. Again, this is the shade Mesmerize, which is the pinky type of shade. And y'all, if you're looking for subtle, if you're looking for barely there, this ain't for you, honey. This is boom in your face. I am here. I came to glow. And let me tell you, that is exactly what I look for. I am still very much in my 2016, 2017 highlight era. I want my highlight to shine. I want the astronauts at the space station in outer space to see my glow. This is going to give it to me. This is a love product. You can see. It is loved. It is very, very loved. I reach for this often. I think Mesmerize looks great on my skin, and what can I say? I'm very happy that this is in my collection. The last four are lip products, and they kind of go together. So we have some lip products from Lunar Beauty. I have tried this 4 times now. The first thing that I picked up when Lunar Beauty launched lippies was a lip liner and a lipstick. So the lip liner that I have is in Milk Tea, which is just like a very neutral shade. I want to say more of a warm neutral on me. I love the formula. It's super creamy. It glides on nicely. It doesn't move. It doesn't budge. It holds my lipstick where I want it to stay. I also picked up the Icon lipstick. Now this duo was what Manny was saying at the time was like his go-to, just like a pinky neutral type of shade. So the cool thing about these lipsticks, you push the button in the middle, it's gonna pop down but not fall out. And the design, the intricate design on these lippies is just, it's amazing. It's out of this world. So again, I have the shade Icon. The thing that I like about this lipstick is it is more matte, but it's comfortable. It's not drying on the lips. It doesn't settle in too many of my fine lines. For a bullet lipstick, this has long wear. Bullet lipsticks are bullet lipsticks. They're gonna wear off when you're eating, when you're drinking, when you're talking throughout the day, but this one lasts more than some of my others, which is really, really great when I'm teaching, because in the middle of class, I'm not gonna pull out a lipstick and like reapply. You know what I mean? So I have to say, both of these are in the love category. Definitely, definitely love them. Reach for them often. But then Manny from Lunar Beauty and Laura with Laura Lee Los Angeles collaborated on the Full Fantasy collection. And I picked up another lipstick from there. This is Lunar Beauty and Laura Lee Los Angeles in the shade Lanny. Similar packaging, you press the top though, and it's gonna pop down at the bottom. You pull it out. The Lanny shade was the one that Manny created, which is a pinky nude. This one, I feel like when I look at it, it looks like a matte, but it feels more satin on the lips. Again, love the shade. Love the pigmentation, love the formulation, love the lipstick. I have really, really been reaching for my Lunar Beauty lipsticks like time and time again, and these are in the love category because they're just amazing. Another product that I tried last year, and if you're not new here, you've seen her around. It is from Lawless Beauty, the Forget the Filler lip glosses. Y'all, I'm not a gloss girl. I don't reach for gloss often. I don't consider myself a gloss lover. I don't even put it on every day. I do have it on today so that you could see it on top of the Lunar Beauty lipsticks, but I have fallen in love with the Lawless Forget the Filler lip glosses, and my collection has grown. I had a friend send me some. I've purchased some more. This one in particular is in the shade Rosy Outlook, which is just like a very like clear neutral gloss. The thing I love about this is it makes my lips look plump and juicy and hydrated. It has a little bit of a minty or cooling texture, not stinging, not burning, but it makes my lips look full and juicy and plump without the pain. I am very into that. I love these. I have raved about them time and time again. Highly recommend. Very, very underrated product in my opinion. So there you have it, friends. 10 products that I tried out in 2023. I'm gonna put a little graphic on the screen so you can see those categories: like, love, just okay, not for me. These are the products that really stood out to me. I've gotten a lot of use out of them, and I think that it is fun to revisit and look back now that they've been in my collection for an extended period of time. How do I feel about them? and this is where they land. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Have you tried any of these products? Where would you put them if you had to categorize them into these 4 categories? If you tried some new makeup last year, I would love to know down below, now that it's been a year, tell me about your 2023 products. What are you loving? What's just okay? What do you like? And what are you passing on? I would love to know. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe before you go. That way I can see you in the next one. Bye.